the police made an amazing archaeological discovery in Babis. Yesterday, they found the gun that Cuffy used to fight for freedom. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They actually got this gun off of 6 guys in a car in New Amsterdam. The police did not state the time or date the bust happened, but they found it under the driver's seat of the car and decided to arrest everyone there. Probably for theft of a historic artifact, if you ask me. Pro tip, people, you got to treat your electronics like an open drink at a party. When in public, never take your eyes off it for a moment, because someone might slip something in your system and now you've got a virus because your software got buggered by a stranger. Electronically, of course. This morning, 23-year-old Tamira Melville, aka Cokey Pokey, pleaded guilty to trafficking 775 grams of cocaine. Last Saturday, she was caught at the Ogle airport trying to smuggle the 75 pellets of the Colombian snow inside her body. And now, I'm pretty sure she's passed all the pellets, seeing as they are sending her to court. Nevertheless, the magistrate sentenced her to 4 years in jail and fined her close to $800,000, while the men who gave her the drugs to smuggle are probably never going to see a day in prison. JAGDEO said y'all need to stop lying upon he. This morning, he dispelled rumors that he is ill. Widespread rumors had indicated that the nation's greatest puppet master was suffering from cancer. This was the reason being given by many as to why JAGDEO was no longer hosting his weekly press conferences. JAGDEO said that this was simply a horrible rumor spread by those who do not wish him well. But he's alive and well and happy to be back in the big boy seat. He also added that now that the PPP is back, he's giving Earjog a chance to shine now. I am in the mood for giving some hearts out. The first 20 comments on this video will be getting hearts. Go ahead and tell me how much you love Bullford. Aha! Shout out to the people watching from Trinidad and Tobago. I also see a lot of people from Grenada tuned in regularly. I appreciate you guys' fastness. What about you? Where are you watching from? Anyway, our top story tonight is that we actually have a very troubling revelation. Gary Best has shown us that dark magic does exist. With the help of his team of lawyers led by attorney Magic Moth Hughes, he's shown us that it's actually possible to make a drunken vehicular manslaughter charge disappear right into thin air. It was only 2 months ago that Best was freed of the charge of causing the death of national cyclist Jude Bentley, and today the court dismissed the DUI charge he was facing. The magistrate agreed that the prosecution failed to prove the elements of the offense and noted that there was no evidence to prove that the breathalyzer test was approved for usage. So, no, he's basically able to walk free. Bloody-handed and all, but just free as a bird. But I think that the bigger lesson to be learned from this is that corrupt government institutions don't care who's in power. They don't even care if you're Black, Indian, Indigenous, Portuguese, even Chinese. As long as you have money, you'll always be in power. This morning, 19-year-old Princess Williams appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates Court, charged with attempting to extort $10 million from her ex-boyfriend and attempting to frame him for rape. After the two broke up, Williams sent Kendrick Thomas an audio message accusing him of attempting to rape her and demanding that he pay her $10 million or she'll go to the cops with evidence. She was remanded to prison and will be back in court March the 1st, 2021. Frankly, I hope they throw the book at her. Rape is never something to joke about. Women like her make real victims afraid to come forward. Apparently, Parfait Harmony must be French for armed robbery. Despite having a brand new police outpost, the robberies just keep happening. It's sick. In fact, the latest robbery victims in the community live right next door to the police outpost. According to the family, thieves broke into their yard around 1:30 this morning and stole 2 large welding tanks valued at $200,000. The family called the police early this morning, but according to the cops, they couldn't reach the place until 10 a.m. The reason for the delay? There was no patrol in the area at the time. Yes, there was no patrol in the area at the time. Despite all the crap Sophia gets, I've never heard something this mad happening there. On Friday, police arrested a 34-year-old resident of number 72 Village Quarantine, who they accused of smuggling a busload of seafood from Suriname. The bus was intercepted at number 77 Village Quarantine when it was headed towards New Amsterdam. Customs agents escorted the vehicle to the customs department in Corriverton, where he was taken into custody. According to the police, the shrimp is currently lodged at the agency's cold storage facility. So, good for them. But honest question here though. How can they tell it was actually smuggled? What, did they check the shrimp's passport? Do the fish speak Dutch? I just don't understand. Apparently, the JDF plans for border defense includes dishing out bare licks for any Venezuelan soldier who wants to take our land, as officer cadets just underwent equitation training conducted by the police's mounted branch. Well, if it isn't obvious from the pictures, equitation is just a fancy word for horseback riding. The training essentially prepares the cadets for mounted patrols in the interior of Guyana, particularly in terrain that does not allow for vehicular movement. Such patrols will also support the work of other members of the joint services. On Saturday, 23-year-old Tamira Melville got caught white-handed at the Ogle airport trying to smuggle 75 pellets of cocaine inside her body. According to reports, she had confessed to ingesting a majority of the pellets, as well as storing, one large pellet inside her lady bits. The police said they stopped Cokey Pokey Tamira because she was acting suspicious. But I don't know how you could not look suspicious with that much powder in between your feet. But apparently the police felt it was necessary to let you know that she is in the hospital under police guard and is so far past 25 of the 75 pellets. So, just 50 more to go. The vaccine hasn't even been in the country for a full 2 weeks, and already there are reports of corruption coming out of the process. The Ministry of Health admitted today that persons other than frontline workers have already found a way to get a shot ahead of everyone else. It's supposedly a businessman or someone, but everyone's being tight-lipped about exactly who it is. In fact, they haven't even released the name of the person or persons who have skipped the line, but the ministry claims that it will do a thorough investigation in which no one with money will be found guilty. Yesterday, Exxon chairman Darren Woods revealed that the company paid US $5.6 billion in income taxes last year. Exxon's 2020 income tax expenses amount to nearly 4 times our nation's 2020 budget. But, guess how much we actually received in taxes from them? Guess! Yes, just take a guess. What, would you say $5 million? Maybe even 10? Oh, no, let's say we just lowball it and make it $1 million. You're right, you think $1 million? Well, you're wrong! We got nothing! We got nothing but the shaft, baby! Ha ha! FINEMAN is apparently on the run. No, not that FINEMAN. Rather, I'm talking about 22-year-old Akeem John, known as FINEMAN of North Sophia, and not a jumbie that's come back from the grave. The police are looking for him after he escaped from the Mahika police station, not Camp Street, but Mahika police station, on Wednesday. He was initially arrested for the illegal possession of a firearm, breaking and entering, and larceny. So if you see FINEMAN, help the good police out by snitching on him for the good of the community.